Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the X-Force Global channel. Thank you very much for joining me here today. Hope you're all having a fantastic week. Today, we're back with another Ethereum analysis, and I'm here to make sure to update the price action from our prior analysis and see how we can go forward with the Elliott wave counts. As a quick disclaimer, I must cater to both the bulls and bears. I hope my analysis shows a neutral approach to help build your own thesis on the bearish or bullish outcome. Nevertheless, I do share my probabilities and personal sentiment. Again, that is not deemed as financial advice. So again, we're still working with the narrative of the bullish idea. We've been very, very close to invalidation since our last analysis, but Ethereum did the miraculous move to the upside, most notably on the catalyst news that we had from the past 24 hours that, the SEC is kind of pushing forward with a possible ETF narrative, increasing the probabilities and chances that the ETF might be approved. So that's good news. This 20% move to the upside is most definitely some kind of impulse, and that's giving us that continuation that this one too is now bottomed. Now, we did have an idea of a possible diagonal idea, which is still on the table, but that idea is now starting to lose its validity. So without any further ado, if we look at the WXY scenario here, this is ending some kind of fourth wave, just like what we saw for Bitcoin. This idea here, although it doesn't look great on the larger time frames, it is what it is. But as long as this impulse continues and the impulse off the lows here gives us that strong move to the upside, that is deeming us that possibility that we're going to be breaking these previous highs. Now, it's not going to be an easy route due to the fact that we do have a lot of resistances still. That main all-time high is still notably a strong resistance, as it is with any resistance for an all-time high. We want to be making sure that we're rational as possible. But again, due to this move here, this does look like it's building some kind of extension within a primary wave 3, as we have here labeled in yellow. So we have a WXY here. Although this does look like an impulse, we can count this as an ABC to the downside for a wave W. We have a 3-way move into a W, 3-wave into X, 3-wave into Y, finishing off for X wave, going for another ABC to the downside. This is completing our double zigzag scenario in the primary degree, and we're looking for some kind of 5-way move to complete to the upside, possibly finishing that wave 5 up above the new all-time high, and then looking for some kind of pullback once again from there, depending on which degree we're going to be looking at. So I do like this idea. I think this idea is still remaining my primary idea, where we're looking for a higher upside. Again, we do have a possible 1-2-1-2 being built up here, rather. Maybe we're going to be doing a little bit of more consolidation. 26% move to the upside. It's quite a bit. We could just, continue to blast out of here, really. At this point, we don't know. Wave 3, 4, 5 could also be completed here in the lowest degree here, and we can be working for 5th and already working for that 3rd, that primary, and going up. But again, just from what we have, the data, we can't really say what it is. This looks like a 5-way move up into this minor wave 3 as well. So a pullback here really wouldn't be surprising. I think we can be looking for a larger move, and then that following month, possibly up until new all-time highs, possibly going up into $4,500 range per Ethereum. So that's the first scenario. Now, we do have that bear scenario, which is on the idea of the diagonal. Now, this idea is starting to lose its validity, as I've said. We do have a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going into a possible wave A. Again, instead of, like I said, that seeing this as a 3-wave, we're seeing this as a 5-wave. Leading diagonal idea, remember, is a 5-3-5-3-5 or a 3-3-3-3. We're looking for a 5-wave here, 3 into a wave 2, 5 here, and then 5 with 5th subwave here. Didn't truncate, went past or surpassed the subwave 3 respectively. Looking for an A, B, C as the hybrid waves, like I've said and I've explained in my previous video. You can replace this as a wave 1 or a wave A, wave B or a wave 2, and then wave C or a wave 3. But again, this does look like more of a characteristic of a wave 3, especially with this move here. The internal degrees look like it's more impulsive than it is looking like it's trying to complete something. But we never know. Again, these ideas of the hybrid scenarios, you always want to have these on the back of your mind. And again, this wave A, B, C is either going to be completing now and we're going back down, but I don't like this idea personally. Again, it's my personal sentiment that this is now starting to look a little unlikely. Again, we would want to ideally had the 618, possibly the largest rejection of some sort, if we wanted to be a little bit more rational in terms of the timing. Since this diagonal was quite large in time, we could have even had an ABC pullback, another three-way move, and then come back down. And this would have been a little bit more convincing to me if we were working in a more corrective style structure. But again, this move was so impulsive that it looks like it is a wave 3 rather than a wave C. But we never know. Anything could happen. Next day could have some kind of fake news, whatever it is. Then we'll see some kind of rejection happen. You never know. And that's why we have this alternative idea. But to me, for now, personally, we've been sticking with that idea of that 1-2 being built since our last analysis. And I think that analysis is what is keeping me at bay for my narrative of this move here. So if we pull up the larger time frame, how is that going to be fitting in? Like I said, this WXY has to be fitted as some kind of wave 4. It didn't invalidate with this intermediate wave 1, rather didn't overlap with the go into the price territory of wave 1, rather. Then we have some kind of wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then fifth of the intermediate degree being completed on the larger time frame to finish that third of this extension here. And then we can be looking for some kind of sideways movement, possibly based on alternations for a wave 4, then a fifth wave to finish off that third here. And then really it's all fireworks from there if this really does continue. And it looks like it is about to continue, but again, you never know. This could even alternatively be some kind of if we do even get a pullback of some sort, this could be a new 1-2, really. Have this as an ABC coming into a larger 1-2, maybe. But again, too early to call if that is the diagonal that we're looking for an wave A. And then this is going to be turning into some kind of three-way move. We'll see. B, C. This could be a wave 1, 2, respectively. But again, we don't want to be too early. I think just right now, even though this doesn't have the best look, it is what it is. Maybe this is the 1-2 here as some kind of flat variation idea here. And if this is a 1-2 of a sideways, this could have been compensated for that sharp nature of the alternation. And then this is the final fifth wave we're looking for. And this move here is increasing the probabilities that this idea is now starting to come to fruition. So we'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen. I think this idea right now is just how it is. Right now, we're very bullish. The SEC approval, or at least the assumption of approval coming into play, is really bullish, and that's how it's been for the past, all the other ETFs. The Bitcoin ETF was kind of interesting in itself because the Bitcoin ETF happened earlier in the year. We went for a bull market. However, there was no real market reaction on the day of the approval itself. So again, these assumptions of ETF approvals, usually the buildup happens before the actual approval happens. So keep that in mind. So this might be a good time, not financial advice for possible longs here. We'll have to see, just based on the probabilities. The idea of that 1-2 being built off these lows here is the highest probability for my current sentiment. Now, if you're not following me on the Discord membership, if you would like to join the Discord membership for X-Force Global for a small fee, please do not hesitate to contact me. The link is in the description below. If you're not following me on social media, I do all my updates there as well. A lot of my personal sentiment is shared on there, respectively. If you're not following me on X, or formerly known as Twitter, at X-Force Global, please do give me a follow there, and I'll be making sure to give daily updates on there as well. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.